Talking big and the UFC go hand in hand, but sometimes people just take it too far. So, who's doing it this time? Hint, we're talking about someone who's become the laughing stock of UFC. Yep, none other than Raul Rosas Jr. Rosas has big plans for the future, maybe too big. But hey, anything's possible, so I might not roast him too much. Might is the key word here. To be fair, the kid has made some history up until now. He's the youngest person ever to compete in the UFC. When he signed on to the Contender Series, it was a pretty big moment, not gonna lie. Equally big was when he got his first victory this past December. Getting Jay Perrin to submit at UFC 282 was not an easy task, even if he made it look like. So it makes sense that he's a confident person, but you gotta draw the line somewhere, man. This past Sunday, he was present ringside to support his brother, Kevin Rosas. Kevin was fighting in the Fury FC 73 as his professional debut. Before the match, though, Fury FC asked Raul to come inside the ring for a quick chat. The 18-year-old took the opportunity to let the world know of his plans. He announced that he's coming for the bantamweight title with full force. He reminded everyone to mark April 8th on their calendars because that's his next fight. He promised that he'll show off his skill set then. No matter who he's up against, he'll prove that he deserves to fight for the title. He's aware that this is a bizarre claim to make, though, but he doesn't care who laughs at him. He believes in himself. No matter who doubts him, he predicted that he'll be the youngest UFC champion in 1 year or less. Now, if you think that's insane, hang in there. It gets worse. Rosas really thought, why stop here? If we're talking big, might as well go huge. So he told the audience that he was just getting started. What he really wants is all 3 belts on his waist. Yeah, you heard that right. He wants to be champion of 135, 145, and 155 weight divisions. He's going to be the youngest ever triple champion. Nothing less will satisfy him. Now you get why I was being sarcastic. Don't get me wrong, his 7-0 streak is impressive. On top of that, 6 of his victories were finishes. That is not bad at all. But the fact remains that this is just the start of his career. The guy has been in only 7 fights, and he thinks he's the best of the best? I mean, I want what he's having. He's going to have to prove himself many more times to even have a shot at a title fight. He should be way more concerned about his upcoming fight with Christian Rodriguez. Even though the El Niño Problemo has been dubbed a prodigy by some people, his next times will be critical. April 8th will decide if he can keep his unbeaten streak or not. The match was already pretty significant, but now he's drawn even more attention to it with the interview at Fury FC. So if he loses this, it's safe to say that he'll get trolled to no end. But what is his actual chances of winning? Well, Rodriguez has an 8-1 record as of now, so record-wise, both seem to be evenly matched. But Rodriguez is also pretty confident right now. He just had his first round submission win, so he's riding that victory wave right now. His opponent was Joshua Weems as well, so it wasn't easy at all. He has 3 total knockouts in his professional career to boast about too, and 4 submissions on top of that. He made Ryan McIntosh submit in under 2 minutes at the NAFC Super Brawl. In fact, his only loss was to Jonathan Pierce. JSP has had 14 wins to his name as well, and I know for a fact that Baby Raul would crumble like pastry against him. He's also older than Rosas at 25 and has won more competitions too. He's competed and won in CFFC, LFA, and on Contender Series. No matter what the 18-year-old thinks, experience matters. These fighters have beaten people and made a name for themselves with the skills they picked up while fighting. Having only made his debut in 2021, that's something El Niño severely lacks. So, if you ask me, Raul should be very worried right now. But that's not his only problem right now. His speech at Fury FC didn't exactly go over to fans as planned. He probably intended to sound fierce and threatening, but he looked like a straight-up clown. And UFC fans were not afraid to point it out. Twitter is overflowing with disses against him right now. One person commented that they can't take him seriously. Another said that the kid just isn't scared of a mic and thousands of people in the stadium. Others pointed out that he looks like an overenthusiastic chump, but pointed out that he sounds exactly like he looks. Okay, maybe the chump part was added by me, but you get the point, right? Others just branded him cringeworthy and shared disgusted gifs as well. Some people even made fun of his speaking style. They shared that they have a better chance of learning Portuguese than understanding what he says. Yeesh. These are just getting more brutal. But when you're in the UFC, you gotta learn to roll with the punches, kid. Speaking of, one person even said that he has the #1 most punchable face in the UFC. I'm sure that's a comfort to Rodriguez because he plans to do just that on April the 8th. Folks made fun of him by suggesting that the only thing he could do in life was fight because he was too ugly for anything else. Though I feel bad for him. What did he expect making claims for a title after only one victory in the UFC? Many advised him to stay away from the mic and hit the gym more often because in reality, his chances are pretty low. He's ranked 66th in the MMA rankings worldwide as of now. He's won all of his MMA fights, but the UFC octagon is a different ballgame altogether. He has no idea what's about to hit him. He's going to grind his axe hard to even get a shot at being in the same ring as a title holder. And even if he finds himself there, there's little chance he can beat him. After all, the current bantamweight champion is none other than Aljamain Sterling. The man has a 22-3-0 record as of now. Compared to him, Raul's 7-0 looks stupid, doesn't it? It's more than 3 times the number of wins. The Funk Master is no small name in the UFC world, and for Raul to think that he can beat him just shows his age, to be honest. Not to mention the featherweight, lightweight, and welterweight champions that he wants to take on. The featherweight champion right now is Alexander Volkanovski. His record is even more impressive. With a 25-1-0 record, he's not somebody you should take lightly at all. The lightweight champion is also someone that's way above El Nino Problemos league. Islam Makhachev is a legend in his own right. His name is enough to put the fear of God into people. As of now, his record is 23-1-0. Again, I'm a little insulted that Raul thinks that he can beat him. The welterweight champion is equally formidable. Leon Edwards has a win-loss stat of 23-0. Now do you know why he's getting trolled so hard online? Man is straight up delusional. I was trying not to be so hard on him, but really, man, sit down, be humble. Now you know why he's the laughing stock of the UFC at the moment. And that's all for today. We'll see you guys soon.